Hey, what is up, YouTube boxing family? It is K right here. I'm back with another good live stream for y'all today. I wanted to make this quick little video to talk about Mr. Gary Antoine Russell's recent performance with Viktor Postal, and I wanted to dive in deep about his victory that he had got over Viktor Postal, and I just wanted to expand the conversation from what I had for my previous live on it, on the fight itself, and I wanted to talk about the fight a little bit more, and I guess the main question is, did Gary Antoine Russell's TKO victory over Viktor Postal solidify his legacy as a fighter, and was the stoppage justified? Um, I would say yes, but at the end of the day, Viktor Postal exposed a lot of holes out of Gary Antoine Russell's game. That if you have a guy that is a natural, pure outside boxer versus a brawler, boxer puncher type of inside fighter, that's what negates Gary Antoine Russell's ability to try to get those hard shots and then start using his style to be more of an aggressive inside counter puncher. Because it seems like Gary Antoine Russell, he likes fighting on the inside, and he's not so much of an outside boxer unless he needs to be. But from the performance that he fought against Viktor Postal, Postal, landed some really, really good uppercuts and great hooking counters to give Gary Antoine Russell a really difficult puzzle to solve. And it just seemed that Gary Antoine Russell, he wasn't able to make that adjustment where Viktor Postal was just out reading him and he was out thinking him, and it made the fight very interesting to watch because Viktor Postal, he's a dog and he's a absolute warrior, but at the end of the day, this is the old version of Viktor Postal. This isn't like a back in his prime, young and fresh type of Viktor Postal that would have been athletically gifted enough to still move around the ring and fight off of his bicycle, but still, um, it just showed that Gary Antoine Russell had a lot more holes in his game versus Viktor Postal, and I think Postal had shown a lot more ring IQ and ring generalship in the fight that made the fight really, really difficult to score. And I thought Viktor Postal did an amazing job just catching those shots before they were even thrown. And he had great defensive mechanized reads coming into the fight. And I don't know, I just think honestly, like, just how everything was strategized, Viktor Postal, he did what he had to do. As far as the stoppage goes, I personally didn't think the stoppage was justified. I wanted to just had seen what would happen, in the last 30 plus seconds to see if Gary Antoine Russell could get a stoppage, and I thought the knockdown that Viktor Postal had, that was like a premature knockdown. Like, I thought Postal, did what he had to do to try to regain his bearings. But I mean, if the referee counted it, then I can see why. But it's like leading up to the stoppage, I just didn't see Viktor Postal hurt to the point where it made any sense, in the world to try to say Viktor Postal, deserved to get TKO'd by Gary Antoine. But I would say that Viktor Postal showed a lot more heart and dog and a lot more veteran level IQ or veteran level ring IQ against Gary Antoine Russell. And if Viktor Postal was a younger version of himself, similar to Gary Antoine Russell, I think Gary Antoine Russell would have had a bad style matchup put in front of Viktor Postal. Or Viktor Postal would have been a bad style matchup for Gary Antuanne Russell. So, I mean, that's pretty much my initial thoughts on that. And I guess for the last question is, where should Gary Antuanne Russell go from here? And who should he fight next? Um, I think Gary Antuanne Russell should fight guys like Jose Ramirez. Well, no, Jose Zepeda, Brandon Lee. I wouldn't mind fights with Montana Love, Brian Norman Jr. Basically anybody, out of the top 25 that's willing to, give a tough challenge and, make Gary Antuanne Russell think in that fight. But I think Gary Antuanne Russell, he's good. He's in a good position. And he doesn't need to rush it. But, I think he's already made for, for the high level. He just needs to, build off of, some good, couple final, notable wins. And I think he'll be on his way to being successful. So I think, as far as how everything is for his career, is that he just needs to continue getting, these high level experience, fights, and then that way he can grow off of it, and I think he'll be ready in no time to get a world title. And it's not to say he shouldn't get a world title, anytime soon, but I'd say, he should just keep on developing and just do, what he, just basically do, what he needs to do. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think, Gary Antuanne Russell's, just a little bit semi-green, but not that much. I think his skills are going to cradle very well, in due time. So it's not like he's just a predictable, huge brawler type of fighter. He definitely has, good boxing ability. He just needs to lavish more of that skill from the higher level opposition. So that way he can correct his mistakes a lot sooner versus having it, be done later in the future. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for what I have for Mr. Gary Antuanne Russell. So let me know what y'all think, and I will catch you guys later. Alright, peace out, and salute to the mighty LDBC. Peace, and I'm out.